Cincinnati in the background there. How about that?
Terrible start, and you overcame it.
Well, you know, it was the Bearcat way tonight. We kept defending and rebounding when offense was horrible, and obviously we were throwing it all over the gym. We were terrible. And but, you know, they stuck to the mantra, which is defend and rebound no matter what happens. I wrote mental toughness on the board tonight and thought that would be as important as physical toughness was going to be in this game because I knew it was going to be a war. Mental toughness was going to be everything. We had to stay together, and we had to keep defending and rebounding no matter what we did on the offensive end because I knew it was going to be tough to score. But we hurt ourselves. I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot by throwing it away. Once we got past that, because at one point we had 10 turnovers, we were at 10 out of 13 possessions turnovers, and we had 3 made shots. We were 3 for 3, but we couldn't get a shot up. And you know, everybody's trying. Nobody's trying to do it. But once we let that go, then we were fine. And in the second half, obviously played much better offensively, scored 42 points. But players made plays in the second half too. I mean, guys jumped up and made shots. And but again, we kept defending. We just kept defending.
That's why you were only down 5 at halftime.
Exactly. I mean, it could have been a disaster. I mean, we could have been down 20 the way we turned the ball over. The one thing about the turnovers, though, we didn't have many of them were live ball turnovers where they could run out and get layups. They had a few, but not most of them were, you know, the ball went out of bounds or there's something like traveling or something like that. So that if you're going to have one, you got to have those and not ones that result in easy layups that we can't defend. And I can't say enough about the kids' character and how they just kept fighting when they were turning it over and it wasn't going right for them. And I just kept, you know, telling them in the huddle, you know, stay with the Bearcat way. And Mick built this program on that. It's what makes us win. It's what has got us to here. And you know, I'm just lucky enough to be in this position right now. Hopefully, until he gets back, to keep it going. And you know, we talked before the game. We were texting back and forth between the game. And you know, I said, "What are your thoughts?" early in the day, and he said, "You know, defend and rebound." I mean, it's the same, but it's true. And so obviously some guys in the second half made some huge plays. Shaq's 3, you know, late clock, that was big, gave us some cushion. But, you know, all the way around, Jermaine Sanders led us in rebounding, deflections, and scoring tonight. And that's what a senior does when his season is on the line. And, you know, proud of Shaq Thomas. He came in, gave us minutes, and, you know, he's not been starting, but attitude was great. And I'll tell you the other thing that's not going to be on the stat sheet is 2 things. Shaq did a tremendous job because he wasn't playing his normal position, and when we were running some of the things we were running, he did a pretty darn good job of remembering what to do. And that's what an upperclassman's supposed to do. He's run it some, but not a lot, and he did a great job, you know, of getting us into what we needed to get into and running some offense so we could score. And then Corey DeBerry played 4 minutes. But in the second half, those 2-3 minutes he played in the second half were huge because Tay was hurt. He did a great job on the defensive end. He scored us a bucket. He got 2 rebounds. And, you know, again, with Tay out, we could have let them have a little surge, and we didn't. And he did a good job in limited minutes. But I don't want to, you know, that needs to be recognized.
So now if you look ahead a little bit, you got to avoid the letdown that you had after the UConn game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hopefully we learn our lesson. You know, you can't get drunk off wins. You can't get a hangover off losses. And, you know, we got a big win. We got to be ready to play in a short turnaround, a short period of time with South Florida coming in, who's playing much, much better. I mean, they're playing everybody close now for the most part. And, you know, that's going to be another huge game for us at home. We need all the fans there. We need come support these guys. We're going to need everything we can to get this win because we don't have much rest and not much prep time.
Attacking the basket, or what I mean is they outscored you like 18-2 in the paint in the first half. You just kind of had their way down there. What changed?
Well, we got a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end, and we figured out a couple things that we thought were gonna work to run, and then we made some adjustments defensively at halftime too, which helped us a little bit. And you know, we got some steals too. We got some steals for layups, and that's what you have to get. You know, if you're going to get points in the paint, you can't just pound it in there all the time. You got to get some steals and get layups, and you know, got some guys driving the ball, and so you know, players again made plays.